everyone, welcome to the show, and I didn't give Jen or Neil any heads up to that. Sorry. We are live. Yes, welcome to the James. Yeah, I only did it to annoy you, Jen. Yeah. Welcome everyone to the Jen Perspective. This is Jen Aldrich. This is my new show where we will be talking to various people around the community about various subjects. And this week we have the very lovely and wonderful daddy of us all, Neil the 604 Atheist, who is the whole reason why this channel has started. Well, this show has started. He is entirely to blame. So if you hate it, if you vote us down, it is entirely his fault and we take no blame ourselves. Okay, the people seem to think that you're muted. Can you guys hear Neil? Because I am doing audio capture. So let me have a look. Yeah, oh, we do have an audio output problem. Okay. Why? Yep. You won't. Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out what it is. These things happen. No, that's wrong. Okay. All right, now they can hear you.
Now
you good?
Can you guys hear us now?
Hello. I apologize to the chat. Technology issues that I shouldn't be having anymore, but hey, this is what happens when you have a whole new profile for a new show and you haven't tested it. So
okay, I've got the cheapest.
Just to show how dumb I am, I think it deserves one of these.
Why is it so bright? Oh well, it's gonna be fucking bright.
Well, there's a bit of a reason why we're a little bit late.
Neil fucked up.
Yeah, I fucked up.
I dropped.
Yeah, you.
No. I reached across here to grab this off of my TV thing to turn my big TV on so I had more light, and I dropped it on the computer, and it just everything just went, and I was like, "Oh, groovy!"
I am really down to start a GoFundMe to get like you an actual desk that won't kill your computer when you drop shit on it.
Have more space. You want one of those ones that you can push the drawer underneath with the keyboard, so you're not dropping anything on a keyboard.
Yeah,
or is it a laptop?
I don't know where I'd put it.
Are you using a laptop or a desktop now?
Okay, I was like, why is everything so fucking bright? And then I remembered I'm sitting in front of a 32-inch fucking bright screen, and I'm like, why do I look like that? What the fuck? So yeah, we're here with Neil, the 604 Atheist.
Yeah, you did the talking, Jen. I did all the talking.
What? What the fuck? I rely on Neil to do it. Like, I rely on Neil to just fucking... I don't know. You guys were talking about some shit before the fucking show, and I was running around.
Blood donation stuff.
Running around my tits out, like, fuck.
Yeah, Neil was... We were talking about blood donation, and we're talking about me being anemic, and Neil said you can't give blood, and I said I can't give blood anyway because the Red Cross in Australia is homophobic, transphobic, and just fucked in the head. Basically, their rules of exclusion exclude about 30% of the population from being able to donate blood, and yet they are constantly crying out that they have no blood. I'm like,
yeah, we have no blood, but any person that is a man or may have been a man in their life and was with another man cannot give blood.
Oh, lesbians aren't allowed to give either.
What? They are here.
Yeah, no, you basically have to be cis het to give blood in Australia.
They're changed that quite a bit here, actually.
I think in the U.S. it might just be gay men.
Yeah, no, you have to be basically cishet to give blood in Australia.
Well, all right.
I can't give blood in Australia. No, that's today I learned. Holy shit. Okay.
Just so you guys know, initially the reason wasn't to be dicks to people like that are in the community. That wasn't the intent.
Right.
They have to make sure that every drop that they get that's going for donations is safe for the recipients.
And we had the HIV and AIDS crisis, and I get that. And it was 30 fucking years ago. We now have ways to test blood for HIV on a rapid fucking scale. So there's no fucking excuse anymore.
And those exclusions made an awful lot of assumptions about people. Yeah,
of course it does.
And we're incredibly homophobic and transphobic, so they can.
I'm not for the way they handle it. I think that people could be screened to find out if they can donate. I think that should be a thing.
Yeah.
And also, what they do here now in Vancouver is you can go to our university and you can donate blood there for research purposes, for coming up with stuff like vaccines and whatnot, antibody type studies and shit like that. So you can also help your fellow man by doing it that way as well.
I don't think I think you can, like, you have to be like, you could sign up for like drug trials in the US to do that, but I don't think if you can actually like give blood to have your blood studied.
Yeah, you can do it here. They do it at the UBC labs.
I'm telling you, fucking Canada's looking better and better and better.
I mean, regardless, I couldn't give blood anyway, being having pernicious anemia. I'd be ruled out immediately.
Yeah.
But that was beside the point as far as I was concerned. I actually made a video about this last year about how blatantly homophobic and transphobic the rules in Australia are. And it's one of the few countries in the world, or the Western countries in the world that has held out on this. We're actually behind the US on our rules, which is amazing considering we're usually better than you guys. And
I think lesbian women can still give blood.
Yeah,
I think lesbians can still give blood. It's just like, no, we don't. But then again, it's like, and this is why I fucking lose my shit when they're like, oh, the US is more accepting, and I'm like, yeah. We don't have a president calling it the gay disease anymore. We don't have the president calling it the gay cancer anymore. Sure, yeah, it's more progressive than fucking that. I mean, absolutely, but...
Well, the Red Cross in Australia get all their scientific evidence for their policies from the Heritage Foundation.
Really?
Yeah. That should tell you exactly how bad they are.
Wow.
It is very religiously biased in Australia.
Isn't the Heritage Foundation one of the foundations that was for like putting refugees on an island and fucking abusing them in Australia?
They're a far right funded Christian group. Basically.
That's like, we're gonna model fucking women's healthcare after the Family Research Council. Like,
yeah. I mean, the Heritage Foundation, the funders behind a lot of really far right negative shit.
I've gone after the Heritage Foundation. I've gone after them quite a few times. I've gone after them. Like I've gone after them and went, I'm probably on a list somewhere now.
Oh, I bet I am because I mentioned it in my
shoot to kill.
Yeah, I'm probably on a list. And it was funny. I was having a conversation with my mom, and my mom works for she's a contractor for the military, and our military base is heavily covering up COVID. Like, she has a coworker that was really gravely ill with it. He's doing better now, but they're telling people like, no, it's pneumonia. He's fine. Da, 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 da. And she's like, I don't know if I should speak out on it. I'm like, I will. And she's like, yeah, but I was like, oh, if you think I'm not on a fucking list at least once or twice fucking somewhere with this country, ma.
Yeah, they'll never let you into Canada
Trump's
now.
Trump's probably tapping my fucking Alexa right now. Like, what's this bitch saying about me now? What is she? Is she looking at my fucking Twitter? Like, come on. Come on.
I'm pretty sure Trump's not listening to you right now.
Just for the stream.
I've actually been a very
Trump is a fucking asshole.
He is. And I've publicly denounced him probably for the better part of 20 years. very loudly. And I did it very loudly in New York before he had any political aspirations. So yeah, I'm probably on a list somewhere.
I mean, the fact that he doesn't care about the politics per se. He just cares about what it's in it for him in the long run.
He cares about ratings.
Yeah, he cares about ratings. He's worse of a TV personality than Reagan ever knew how to be.
Well, Reagan was an actor, so he at least had some semblance of how to pretend, I guess, to have a personality. And then he had Gene Dixon in the White House, which, if you guys don't know, Gene Dixon is this like National Enquirer astrologer that was literally calling the shots for more than half of Reagan's presidency. Like, Nancy brought her in and she's like, I want you to do readings and I want you to guide my husband. And our country was run by a fucking National Enquirer astrologer for probably half his fucking pregnancy, his presidency.
His pregnancy.
No wonder he wanted to do Star Wars.
Quarantine's got things on the mind, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we had a national. She literally does astrology readings for the National Enquirer, and she was the president's She was President Reagan's closest fucking aide, closest confidant during his presidency.
But the fact that Trump tried to run for the Democrats originally, and then went to the Republicans, I mean, what the hell? What the hell are you doing, America? Come on.
He had some Democratic aspirations in New York, and we were just like,
no.
please help like we were like that little kid saying with the wasabi sauce, help.
Is you're looking at another 4 years of Trump. Seriously looking at another 4 years of Trump.
Yeah, I know, and I'm on the fence of do I stay in the country and fight for it, or do I leave? Because I got my kid, so I'm like, my kid's disabled, and we took a lot of big hits with disabled children's rights with Betsy DeVos, and so
she's a fucking piece of work.
I have said in another stream, and I got yelled at for it, that that 4 more years of Trump actually could put the US on the precipice of another civil war.
4 more months of Trump.
I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
4 more months of Trump can put us on the fucking brink of civil war. Like, and I live in the South. I'm like, they're gonna fucking kill me first. They're gonna fucking come kill me first. And that's another reason is I'm thinking of just packing up and going, because I live in the South and I'm a very loud liberal. And judging by my last video, a very watched liberal. So I'm like, I'm looking at Neil, and I'm like,
when you say things that are controversial, people like
to watch them. We're afraid. Like, I'm like, can I be a refugee in your house, Neil?
In my house?
Can we be refugees here? Like,
you get to be Schindler.
We can figure something out.
Yeah, Reagan really started going downhill. Somebody asked, he started to get dementia. He started going downhill after he left office. But Nancy was fucking warped. She was a crazy bitch. And she wholly believed in like tarot cards and astrology readings. And Reagan was kind of a pushover for his wife. So it was kind of anything that Nancy said went. Yeah. So she brought in all these like crystal healers and tarot readers and astrology readers. And he legitimately got guidance. Like national political guidance from.
Wait! He thought he was getting guidance. He was getting absolute nonsense.
He got his kind of violence.
Randolph has a question for you.
What is going on with my brain tonight?
Pregnancy, violence.
Randolph has a question for you, Jen. How do you think Nancy's spiritual advisor compares to Paula White, Donald Trump's spiritual advisor?
Dean Dixon was at least entertaining. She was entertaining, at least.
The Reagans were pretty funny, but this Paula White, every time I see her, I get the hair on my neck stand up. And I want to punch the TV or the screen or whatever.
Like, Gene Dixon was fun, fluffy, astrology. I'm gonna make wild predictions for the next year. Yeah, she was a Charlotte in it, but she was fun and fluffy, and she was a fluffy bunny, and everyone kind of treated her that way. For those of you in the polytheist community, you'll know exactly what I mean by fluffy bunny. But this bitch, Paula White, is like, she's the one that drives the evangelicals. Like, she's scary.
She's scary. She's literally dangerous.
She's actually dangerous.
She's Ken Hovine levels of stupid.
Oh, yeah.
If they turned around and said that they had a mutual ancestor, wouldn't surprise me.
Don't we all have mutual ancestors?
No, but I mean like
somehow remotely related to the fuckers.
Like recent, like a very recent connecting branch. It wouldn't surprise me.
Oh no, I reckon there'd be several of them. That inbreeding has to be a thing to get that.
I can't say anything because my family was.
I'm sorry. What?
So my, not like my recent family. My family, part of my family, a branch of my family is the Aldrich Rockefellers, and like most dynasties, there was incest and inbreeding going on, and we found out that 1700s they had a village.
Oh.
They had an Aldrich village in Massachusetts that only Aldriches were allowed to live in.
Oh my goodness, really?
Oh my god.
Wow. Yep. There's a cousin link in my tree, and so she I guess gave birth to too many kids and died. Like her uterus exploded or some shit. I don't fucking know.
That's it. Done.
That was it. She was dying, and then he was like 46, and I think his wife was like wife was like 17.
Wow.
Yeah, like there's crazy shady shit. Like we got kicked out of the Quakers, for being women of ill repute and language and fighting in a war.
No, come on.
I was like, oh, I'm so proud.
Let's need to have stayed with the line.
You know? Yeah, we've got some shit in my family.
Wow.
Now, this is what I'm curious about. I'd like to ask you guys, because the US people are like super into genealogy and where they came from and like other countries and shit. Is it the same in Canada? Is it the same in Australia?
I'm
like
sure,
when people get like super into this shit and it's like, I'm not American, I'm Italian, I'm Irish. Like, is it like the same?
That's
for
heritage.
Some people, but it's rare.
Right. But
It's
like
rare.
Americans are hyper aware of their heritage.
It's weird. I mean, I know mine, but only because I've got a sister who was into genealogy, but it's rare. It doesn't happen that often. So
it's like
did I say had a sister? I still have her. She's not dead.
She's still there.
she's still there.
I mean,
sorry, Kate.
Didn't trade her for something early.
Fuck me.
Well, Canada kind of has this. I mean, you guys don't have the big guns, tea persecution story, but
tea persecution.
the guns, tea persecution story, but like, is it the same in Canada? Because it's kind of the same. You know, people came over from Europe and kind of came into Canada.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's not kind
right,
of the same.
But is the culture the same with heritage and?
I know lots of people that like to look into their genealogy and stuff like that and see where their links are, and you know, I've thought of doing it myself, the 23andMe type thing or whatever. Right? But that's very basic shit. They don't get into.
Yeah, like we have like
I'm not sending my genetics to anybody. It'll just confuse them.
We have shit like Daughters of the American Revolution, the DAR. And you have to prove in your family tree that you had somebody that served. Like this is how fucking level of psychosis it is out here. Like you have to bring your family tree to the DAR and say, look, somebody in my family, I'm from this family. They served in the American Revolution. And now they have a club. They have a club.
Like for golfing or?
They get together for like tea. It's very much
like a social club.
It's like a social club, and I mean, I've been approached for it. I've been approached for it because of my family is, and I'm like, yeah, y'all don't fucking want me here. Like, no. You kind Southern tea drinking, hat wearing, Kentucky Derby going bitches don't fucking want me here. No.
You will learn quickly.
No.
Yeah, get out of the South, Jen.
You'll learn real quickly that the family didn't change much. No, we didn't change very much. So everyone, if you don't know, Neil does deconversion stories.
He does.
I do? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you do. And
Fucking hell,
it's fucking
Neil, don't you
amazing.
know what you do? Is it that late?
And he does these amazing after parties, which
He does.
I
Yeah,
swear,
they're a lot of fun.
they're like the most fun thing in atheism. Fuck that shit. Neil's after parties are the most fun fucking things in atheism.
I don't think everyone agrees with that.
Oh, I agree.
Simply
with
because they haven't joined one. Like,
come on.
Well,
this is like I'm up at the ACA and I'm like, nah, I need Neil's after party. Like, no. Fuck this place.
It's really
Who by
frustrating
far-
when you
oh,
can't
I'm
make
sorry, Tom.
one, isn't it? It's really frustrating when you can't make one. It's like, damn.
Yeah, like
'Cause I haven't been
I
able
get
to
like FOMO.
I haven't been able
When
to
I
hop on
can't
one
make
for about a couple of weeks. Yeah. Is it Neil? A week and a half, something like that.
yeah. One of the last ones you were in, you guys were talking about starting this up, or I suggested that you guys should have a Gen show.
That wasn't the last one.
And that is how Daddy Neil birthed us.
That's happened. Yeah.
And that fucking picture is hysterical, by the way.
Oh
yeah.
my god, is that not the greatest fucking
And
actually-
your
you
little
actually made
addition,
the
Jen, was
original.
fucking. Yeah.
Wait, what's the
brilliant.
addition?
Didn't you
Didn't see it?
notice that?
No.
Oh yeah, I added myself to it. So I'm the little.
Oh my
girl
god, how
standing
did I not see this?
The little
Neil
pigtails.
originally.
And,
Yeah, the pigtails and everything.
it's fucking great.
I'm
Yeah, it was
gonna
funny.
print this out and put it on my desk. Like, please send me a copy of that because I want to print it out and I want to like have it like
Yeah,
on
well,
my desk.
I will post it as its own thing in the.
Yes,
on-
I
Good,
want to
'cause I
like
want one too.
I want to put the because I have
I
pictures
just-
above and I have pictures on my desk and I want this as one of the
I
pictures
was
on my
like,
desk.
oh no, if we're gonna put, because when we talked about it when you posted it the other day, and I go, oh, I'm gonna put that in the video in the stream, either in the intro or as a thumbnail or whatever. I thought I gotta add myself to it if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you have to be. the
That
other
just makes it
component.
like so much better though.
It
Like
does,
I know, it's
especially
you are
for
truly
this.
Daddy Neil right there.
Yeah.
Like boom, and one
That's
of
why I
your
put
youngest
that
child
Daddy
is an
Neil in the
alcoholic,
title
which
of
is
the video.
amazing. But
I'm holding the wine bottle. That's fucking brilliant.
you know, if Faithless Forum ever happens, we have to recreate this with you holding me with the wine bottle. You know, we have to.
Oh, that'd be.
They come with
awesome.
bed sheets in the hotel room.
Yeah,
so
fuck it, we
wrap
could-
one
yeah,
around and make a
Shit.
papoose out of it or some shit, and there you go, dragging around a wine bottle. Just no spilling it on me like Shannon did.
I drink white wine, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, it's okay. I was wearing leather, so I didn't really
Oh,
have to
so
worry
I-
about it anyways.
But Neil,
I am
we're
drinking
gonna.
that. Well, I'm not drinking it at the moment because it's morning, but it's blue curacao.
Blue Curacao, oh yeah, that's the stuff they put in
I-
Blue Hawaiians and shit.
I need to take a break from alcohol, so I'm just drinking water tonight. My liver is crying. So Neil, who was your favorite interview?
My favorite interview.
Your favorite one?
That's a hard one to answer because there's definitely is about a dozen that stand out in my mind.
Top 5.
Top dozen.
Top dozen. Well,
Okay, I'll
you're-
make it easier. Some of your more memorable ones. Your most memorable interviews.
my most memorable interviews.
Yes.
I would say
Maybe we should be asking what are the most memorable after parties.
Oh no, that's the next question.
that's even harder because I was there for all of them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you were physically there. The one that you ate the edible for, I'm not.
Oh
sure
my
if you were
goodness.
there for that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, but I ate a whole one though, right? So
I'm not sure you were
Bad
there.
Neil.
For that one.
for the last little bit of it, no, I was pretty fucked. That's all.
So, okay, you guys know how Mikey does like everyone's backdrops.
Yeah.
So Neil just froze for like 5 minutes. He was in the same spot in the same position, staring at the camera, and I'm like, did Neil like put like a green screen up or something? And he's like off like smoking. Did I miss something? No, he was just like that fucking high, and he's like,
Camera's looping.
and I sent him a text, and I'm like, you okay over there, 20s. And that's what snapped him out, was the text. He was like, yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah, Jen was very concerned.
I was really concerned. I was like,
this Jen, and she texted me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just fucked up."
he just was still, and I'm like, what's going on right now? So okay, yeah, some of your most memorable interviews.
Well, definitely, I would say Seth Anders.
Just for the voice,
right? Anthony Magnabosco stands out.
Anthony's awesome.
My very good friend Atheist was a very, very kind of a gut-wrenching one, along with Eric Murphy as well was another gut-wrenching one. I would have to another friend of mine, Humanobo, who's a Muslim that's stuck in I think it's Malaysia that he's in, and he could, if people have found out, and I was surprised that he actually came on the camera, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, oh, yeah, no one here is going to be watching this. Don't worry.
He might be discovered and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people back out because of stuff like that. That they could be.
Yeah, I can see that. I can absolutely see that. Yeah.
Right. And definitely yesterday's was a pretty memorable one with him at Meta. That was a lot of fun.
He's so awesome. Full of energy, and he's so.
Yeah, yours was really fun too. Actually, both your guys' was fun, especially the after party.
My after party was way more fun than my interview.
Oh. Your after party was freaking awesome, Jen.
That after party was fucking
it
something
else.
It was.
But I think another one that stands out in my mind is on April 1st last year. We did a switcheroo. Randolph and I did a switcheroo where he interviewed me on my show for my deconversion story instead of doing it the other way. It's kind of our April Fool's kind of thing, but so he interviewed me, and that one kind of stood out too. And Thomas and Drew are two more that stand out. Of course, Shannon Q from way back when I first started going. That was a good interview. Paula Gia's was a good interview. I've had so many though. Justin from Daily Atheist, Chris.
I have to admit, like, I'm not a morning person, and Chris made me a morning person that morning.
He's good at that.
He really did. He made me a morning person that morning. I was like, I can't fucking believe I'm getting up this early to do this kind of shit. I'm like, I'd do this again.
I don't know. You got up pretty early to do 6-pack.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was fucking 6 Australians drinking. How do you say no to that? Like, I'll do that shit at fucking 4:30 in the morning. Oh, fuck yeah, let's do this.
I'll set my alarm.
I was very
and I did. I like set my alarm. I got up at like 6 in the morning to like get ready and shit. And
I think
I was cursing the whole fucking time
getting
ready. I was like, why the
started
fuck?
Actually, if I remember rightly. I think I was already drunk when we started.
You were drunk.
I was
You were already drunk when we started.
Yeah.
Jen drunk? No, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Dan.
But like I was cursing the entire time getting ready. I'm like, why the fuck did I agree to get up this fucking early? Of course, the night before, knowing I had to get up early, I couldn't sleep. Because I'm like watching the clock now, and I'm like,
the anticipation.
But once I got on, I was like,
slow down.
I was like, okay, you know what? I'm here. I've got the coffee. I'm good to go.
You should hop on Critical Questions with Dave.
I should. It's hard, especially with quarantine, with the kid being home all the time.
He's doing it later tonight. Later in the morning for you today because
what time?
Because it's after 6-packs, so I think it'll be like 9 a.m. your time.
That's when I get the kid up, and that's
when you get the kid up. Oh no, it won't be 9 a.m. It'll be because I'm an extra hour ahead of that, so it'd be 8.
Like,
so it's still
waking my kid up
time.
in the morning is like opening the gates of hell in my living room. Lately, he's like, I don't want to do school anymore. I just want to lay in bed and go to sleep. And I'm halfway like, look, I don't want to fucking teach you anymore. But we have to fucking do this, okay? Just look, I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this either. I want to fucking sleep till noon too. So fuck off. Just fucking eat your cereal. Eat your fucking cereal. Eat your fucking cereal.
Okay, it's okay.
Kids are lovely. Yeah, they get older, They grow up.
They do, and they eventually leave.
You know the best part when you've got little. I don't have any grandkids yet. It's not that it couldn't be possible. My kids are actually old enough that it's actually possible. I shouldn't be thinking about that. But I've got great nephews and nieces. So you know, second. And
Me too.
today, I was reading something off my phone about some Gwen, and little Charlotte's talking in my ear and asking me a question, and I turned to her and said, "Don't hassle Auntie Glenn or Gwen." I'm not even sure what I said, but it involved her running around the house for the next 5 minutes saying, "Auntie Glenn, Auntie Glenn, Auntie Glenn."
Like, it's me and my sister are the same age, and yeah, I mean, she's old enough to be a grandmother now with her kids, and that, like, I have friends of mine that are grandparents, and I'm like,
yeah. How are friends of yours grandparents?
Me too. My sisters are grandparents,
and I'm like, I don't feel
you're not that old.
like I could. I'm almost 40, and where I come from, people have children very young. And their children have children very young. and yes, some of us are grandparents. And I'm like, I
remember 40.
I don't feel like a
same.
grandparent yet. I could be. I could be a great aunt. My sister could absolutely be a grandparent, but I don't feel like we are. I don't feel like we're there.
I was going to say I'm a great aunt, but I was mean. I'm a great uncle.
I suppose I shouldn't say you couldn't be that, because I mean, my eldest great niece is 13, so I was a great aunt when in my mid-30s. So
yeah, so you figure I'll be 38. My sister just turned 38 last month. Yeah. Her son is 21. So
but my older sister is 14 years older than me, so that also helps. So
see, just to give you guys a glimpse of how I grew up. if my sister's kids had kids when she had them, she'd be a grandmother twice over now.
Oh, wow.
At 38. She had her son at 16, and I want to say her daughter at 18. So, yeah, like, and I'm like, fuck, we're hood old. We're hood old now. We're fucking hood grandparents old. Like, I have friends of mine that are 40 and who are grandparents, and I'm like,
well, at least they get to experience, at least they get to be grandparents for a decent amount of time.
Yeah, we can go with that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having kids that you can give back. Yeah. That's always a good thing.
I mean, I had my son pretty late. He's 8. I had my son late by traditional standards. I had my son pretty late, and I'm like, I don't want to do this grandparent thing anytime soon. Like, I think I'm the only one that's just like.
Well, I think he's a little young.
I want to raise more fucking kids, especially ones that aren't mine. Like,
but you don't have them all the time. That's the thing. You can get to experience some of the good things, some of the funny things, and then you can go, "Yeah, but bye. I'm leaving. Have your kid back."
No, but like, I don't like babies. I like kids at like 5 and up.
Yeah.
So I'm in no rush to. I just want to hold them and snuggle them. No, they shit on me. They puke on me. Like, I put up with it because he's my kid and I love him, but. I don't have to do it with this one.
Wait till I do that to you.
It's consensual, though, Neil. So as long as it's consensual.
Okay.
It's okay when it's
I want to know what got Neil into deconversion stories.
I got wipes.
I have a kid. I have wipes everywhere in this house. Except for disinfectant wipes. Apparently, except for disinfectant wipes, because... they don't fucking have disinfectant wipes anymore.
Yeah, that's why these are baby wipes, not disinfectant ones.
Yeah, like
disinfectant wipes on baby wipes.
No, you can't get fucking disinfectant wipes anymore. You can't get fucking disinfectant spray either, because us, as a fucking human species, doesn't know how to fucking act right. We don't have no fucking home training. No. Ooh, virus. I'm gonna go buy fucking everything, and this is the reason why we don't fucking have anything.
It's like, did you guys see the honeybee meme?
Paper thing. I really don't.
With the murder hornets, and it's the toilet paper on the floor.
Carrying the toilet paper into the hive and shit like that.
That's another thing. I still can't find toilet paper.
Really? We get it everywhere here now.
I still can't find toilet paper. Wow. Our shelves are still fucking bare. Like,
wow.
I think we still got 50 rolls in the house, actually.
Well, okay,
they don't allow you to buy more than 2 packages now here.
So the week before we went into lockdown, my kid got pink eye and a sinus infection.
Oh, shit.
And he had been sleeping in my bed. And I'm like, so what am I going to go to the store and buy before I get pink eye and I can't be seen in public? So I was like, I'm going to get toilet paper. I'm going to get things to wash my hands because he has pink eye, and I'm going to stock up on food. And then like 4 days later, everything locked down. And I was like,
that was lucky.
I just did it because I didn't want to walk out of the house with pink eye if he gave it to me. Like, I was being totally fucking vain. And I was like, who the fuck wants to go out looking like that, right? Like, who the fuck wants to go out looking like that?
Yeah, but you're not going anywhere. Well, unless you have to.
Well, yeah, but
Now
we didn't know that at the time.
Exactly.
Like COVID had been, kind of being talked about, but it wasn't, because it happened really fast here. It happened really,
you guys
really
were very
fast
late to the party. I mean, we were already starting our lockdown here.
Yeah.
And you guys were still talking about, are you going to? And I'm like,
yeah. Like the information that we were getting, I was like, oh, it's probably still safe to fly to Austin as long as I wipe down everything and I, wash my hands after I touch everything. And it was maybe a week before I was going to fly out that I was like, whoa, this is fucking serious. Like, it happened very, very quickly here. It was a long time of, this is out there. Maybe not, to holy shit, it's killing everyone was like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like life, there was no gradual in the US.
It didn't help that you have a president who was actively denying it.
Yep.
And then spent the next week blaming the Chinese instead of doing anything about it.
And it's, the Americans are so used to, even before Trump, we've been used to dealing with pandemics so differently. Like Ebola, while it was very deadly in Europe and in Africa, it wasn't anything here.
Yeah. SARS
and MERS, while it was deadly in South America, while it was deadly in the Middle East, it didn't really touch us here that badly.
Oh, it hit here.
Right. It's the United States that kind of had this bubble, and little did we know it's because we had leaders in position that were making sure that it didn't. So we very much looked at SARS-CoV-2 like every other pandemic. It was an epidemic at the time. We had looked at it like every other epidemic, to where, okay, it's bad in other places, but it's not bad here. And it probably won't get bad here because it doesn't normally get too bad here. And then apparently our president thought the same way. That's why we are
told by the World Health Organization and the studies coming out of China that it was going to be worse, that you were going to have a pandemic. And then when it turns into a pandemic, he blames the World Health Organization for not telling him.
And what?
What?
Yeah,
that's what he did.
China withheld information at the beginning.
What blows my fucking mind is they're now finding the strains from California came from other states. They didn't come from China, and they're figuring that the way it came into the US was through Europe, through New York.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's sitting here blaming fucking China and telling fucking China you can't cross our fucking borders, yet he's letting every fucking rich European come in and they're infecting our country. Our ground zero was New York.
Yeah.
Our ground zero for over border contamination was New York. And then from New York somebody flew to California. Who? Guess where they fucking guess? Guess where in California their viral strain started? Where? Does anybody know? A nail salon.
A nail salon.
Really?
So Karens are out here screaming they gotta get their fucking nails done. When the strain of California can be traced back to being started in a fucking nail salon.
It's ridiculous. As to the Chinese withholding information, I mean, yeah, they did, but they didn't know what they had.
In the very beginning, before they realized it was going to blow up.
Yeah, they didn't realize what they knew it was a new virus, but they didn't realize how easily spread it could be, so they were trying to contain it.
Because it mutated.
As soon as we got
a little
past
bit of
Christmas,
heads up of being like, hey, we're kind of dealing with something.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
As soon as it got after... I mean, it hadn't got out of China yet, by the time that they'd said to... they'd opened up and said, yeah, we got a problem, this is what it is. And then within 2 weeks after saying that, they'd released the genome for the virus. I mean, yeah, we can complain that they held it back, but I don't think they did anything that any other country wouldn't have done in the same situation.
Oh, probably not. Yeah, no.
So I think pointing fingers at them for that is a bit unrealistic.
I can definitely point some fingers to how they maintain their wet markets. And
yes, definitely. I'd push.
They keep a lot of their food production, but I mean, we're guilty of that shit too. Like, I'm just waiting for a fucking outbreak of mad cow disease in the U.S.
Yeah. Having said that, as I said in a video I did on this thing, it wouldn't have made that much difference in the long run. It might have taken a little bit longer for it to get to us, but we get our crops out of fields, and in poorer areas of China, there's no processing of that apart from what you do in your own home, basically. So animals go and drop feces and pee on crops. Right. It would have got to us eventually anyway, regardless of the wet market. Still would have got
all
to
viruses
us.
start in animals.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and what we're finding now is that the strain that is ravaging the United States actually came in from Europe. It didn't come in from Asia at all. So we had Trump, who has always been. It originated in Asia, but
went to Europe and then
but the genome that was released to us through China was now different because it had mutated into there's
only been the one mutation, and oddly enough, that one mutation that it's had has made it more spreadable.
Is that the quote unquote European strain that we're now hearing about?
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
That's what they've been kind of coining it as, this European strain, and that's what's come in.
Well, that's because the people that brought it there were European, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that's how they're distinguishing.
Yeah, but remember, Spanish flu is misnamed too.
Right. No, it was. I think they were tracking from Italy. It was the strain that had gotten really bad in Italy that mutated. There. Right. Yeah. So Trump shutting down our borders for China did fucking nothing, and it's like, okay, so
I knew that was going to be the case from when he said that. I was like,
but it's like, okay, so yes, granted, it started in China, it got really fucking bad in Wuhan. Yes. Yep. Yes, I get that. And I would have made the same. It's going
to be a worldwide pandemic, you need to shut down all borders.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I probably would have said we're going to limit travel to China. But the minute I saw Italy having a really fucking bad go at this, we would have limited the travel restrictions from there too. But, to Trump, right is right. And
the newer versions with the mutations actually survive longer now outside of the human body and are easier to transmit. So if we get to the point that the virus can virtually aerosol itself, we are really screwed. At that point, you basically won't avoid infection. I mean,
it became more infectious with that mutation, but it's not a fast mutating coronavirus like many of the other ones. It's very, very slow for mutations.
Okay. Like the common cold is extremely fast.
Yeah, that's also the common cold. Yeah, I guess some of them are coronaviruses. There are some that are rhinoviruses.
That are rhinoviruses, right? Noroviruses as well.
I mean, the interesting thing about it is that for a virus to be really successful, it actually needs to not be the best at what it can do.
Right.
That's right.
Because it needs to not kill the host. So in actual fact, coronavirus is shit for us because it can kill us. But it's not a very efficient virus. It really needs its host to survive longer.
It's not a very efficient virus, like, at all. Because it's killing its host. It's like, did you guys ever play the game Plague Inc?
No.
Okay, so Plague Inc is a mobile game. And you start different kinds of plagues. You have bacteria, you have viruses, you have nanoviruses, it's different levels. And if you make your pathogen too deadly, you lose the game because you've killed every. Like you killed
nowhere to go.
No, but like you didn't infect enough healthy people. You just started killing infected people. So the infected people were dying too quickly to infect the healthy people.
Yeah, right. So
that's a terrible fucking virus right there. Like you're just
counterproductive.
It's counterproductive.
What you want is a virus that gets into somebody, hides for years, and spreads to lots of other people, and then kills them.
Do we have one like that like hides for years?
This one. One's going on right now.
No, I mean like years. Like,
yeah,
do we
I
have
mean,
like a year's?
We don't know that yet
if
because
AIDS
it hasn't
was
been around for
spread
years.
in the same way that coronavirus was, we would be in major problems because everyone would have had it by the time you'd found it.
Right. And I mean,
But
granted.
fortunately, it wasn't spread that way.
Okay. But when it came down to Ebola fucking ravaged Africa. We had people that came into the US that were Ebola positive, and they were handled
right away.
amazing. Right away. They took them off planes. They immediately sequestered them. It was done. And Ebola was a lot fucking harder to. Usually, the Ebola was another one of those kind of dormant, and then rapidly killed you.
Yeah,
rapidly fucking killed you. So you didn't quite know, and it was anyone who had come from Ebola infected countries. We immediately quarantined them. We took them off. We quarantined anyone on the plane immediately, and it was done. This happened with SARS as well. Yep. The big SARS. This happened with SARS. This happened with H1N1 until we had a vaccine for H1N1 that came up.
Actually, they came up with that one fairly quickly too. It was less than a year, I believe.
It was. I want to say it was like 18 months from
maybe.
finding H1N1 to when they came up with a vaccine for it.
I thought it was less than a year, but yeah, you might be right.
I'm thinking 12 to 18 months for some reason. Then again, it's you read a whole bunch of shit, and everything gets mixed up. The handling of SARS-CoV-2 was like,
it's like nobody knew it. Well, because it's also a brand new one, so they didn't.
Well, I mean, Ebola is not exactly brand new. Ebola's been around, for a while, but it's still the fact of China pops up and says, "Hey, we got some shit going on here," and Italy's like, "We got a problem." You start finding infected countries, you have plane loads of people that are coming in, you automatically put these people on a quarantine instantly. Mm-hmm. This is your quarantine. Don't say this isn't happening. You don't say there's only 15 people, there's going to be 0 by the end of fucking May.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, look where that got him.
look who's running your fucking country, you guys. Like, seriously.
And you know what it is? The president
moron.
No, but the president is a lot more like a figurehead. There's an entire team that actually runs the country. There's an actual entire team, and we kind of push the president out and be like, go make the presses and go stand in the pretty garden, and we're gonna work.
That's what you actually need.
Go stand in the pretty garden.
You need a figurehead president, and you actually need your parliaments to make decisions.
Right. Well, we don't have parliaments.
Yeah, well, you do.
Senate.
Yeah, we have Senate.
You have a Senate. Well, it's still Parliament. I mean, Parliament is your 2 houses, and then you have your president. So.
By a different name, but I still have to. I have to hold the T.
So you
rebellion
Congress
just a little bit and say we don't have a fucking parliament. Okay, I have to do this.
Fair enough.
It is generationally ingrained in my being that I have to say.
But
this.
It's the same thing.
It's the same shit. But
there is way too much power.
Like it's inches and miles. Fuck off. Okay.
There's way too much power invested in one person in your country. That's the thing I really dislike, is too much power invested in one person.
Right, and I'm not in the White House, so I don't know if it's he literally picked a group of incompetent fucking people that
I think Pence picked a group of people for him.
No.
You don't
No, Pence has been
Pence is capable of that.
Pence has been in this game a long time.
Yeah.
And while I wholly disagree with everything about this motherfucking man, and I think he is probably one of the pure epitomes of fucking evil in this country, he's a good politician. He would know to pick an apt team.
Yeah.
He knows how to play his cards right politically. I don't know if Trump picked shitty people or if it's very much the don't make the baby cry situation.
Yeah, I honestly think a lot of Republicans are actually scared of him.
I don't know if it's scared in the sense like he has the power to do anything, or scared in the sense of you made the baby cry, go calm it down. Yeah. Well, they're also scared of the backlash. They realized they got into power because of Trump's MAGA people, and that fringe
you're gonna say because pussy grabbing.
and they're worried about losing that because it would mean they lost power.
But
I don't think they
coming
would lose
from
that though.
coming from U.S. politics, I think Trump was a good candidate to rile people up with, to get back to their fundamental base. It wouldn't surprise me if they put Mike Pence in. I think that was the eventual goal, is to, because people were kind of lax on religion, and we crack jokes at the fundamentalist, and ha ha ha, the mega churches, and the crazy snake people. The country was looking at them largely like they were a joke. And then Trump came up and got them really riled up, which is what they needed. So they needed to gauge if they had the support for a truly conservative fundamental candidate. They weren't going to throw Mike Pence in the middle of probably one of the most liberal presidencies and the most liberal cabinets in American history. They weren't going to throw the super, super conservative candidate in because he would have been fucking decimated. I think they put Trump out to gauge their base and to rile their base. And this is like, he's like the bait that you throw in the alligator pit.
Chumming.
He's the chumming.
So
Mike Pence is the meal.
Why
I think this was absolutely multi-step.
A left-wing version of Trump as a candidate? Because it's who's been picked now, but why have they sort of gone that way instead of moving more towards their base?
What did they have to lose with Trump? What did Republicans have to lose with Trump?
No, I don't mean Republicans. I mean, why have the Democrats picked the person they've picked? That's my point, because he's basically a slightly more left version of Trump.
So here's a really big...
He's smarter than Trump.
But here's a big stigma that a lot of people have about the U.S. A lot of these younger voters are not Democrats. They're not. We have a primary voting system in a lot of states where you have to be registered for that party in order to vote in their primary. So they have to register as Democrat in a lot of states to vote in the Democratic primary, which puts them on the rolls as a Democrat. However, the younger voters by far are not Democrats.
No.
The older voters, however, are. The ones who, the ones like my mom, who always kind of touted themselves as progressive and always were for, equal rights and this and that, but still had some, kind of real racist and bigoted shit under the fucking surface that they're just kind of not aware of.
Yeah.
There's a huge gap in boomers and Generation Z with millennials. And what's the next one? Generation.
Oh, look, you got a troll in there. Where does reason come from?
Supreme Leader Kim.
On atheism. What? That doesn't make any sense, Supreme Leader. Try rephrasing that. If you're asking for where does reason come from?
So
intelligibility.
Wait, what's the generation of millennials?
Yeah. That's where our brain.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
it's a series of
neurons
and electronic processes. Then again, I'm not the science person, but you're sitting here with two wholly fucking capable science people.
It evolved over billions of years, our ability to reason.
Doesn't play into it at all.
It was very useful for us to survive in the long run, because reasoning about whether something was actually dangerous or not was key to our survivability.
Yes, that's right.
This is actually something I'm going to be getting to in my next video.
That would be my guest, Fearsome, that's a sock of Darth Dawkins.
Darth Dawkins sock, yeah.
Oh, God. No, I told you, Darth. I told you my fucking stipulations on a debate. And if you don't want to meet them, kindly fuck off.
And I won't debate you. But if you want to go and enjoy something, Darth, I put up your video preaching your love to atheist pastor, so maybe you should go and watch that.
Oh. So wait, what's the generation after millennials? What are they calling them now?
Millennials? Oh, I don't know.
The one after. My kids' one. What are they calling them?
Post millennials?
Y? Is it Y?
No, Gen Y is before millennial.
Oh, it is too, yeah. So yeah, but
I thought
millennials.
Wait.
Gen Y came after Gen Xers.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I am.
No, I thought it was Gen Xers and then millennials.
No, Gen Xers, Gen Y, because XY, and then millennials came.
Yeah.
Googling because I'm having an identity crisis right now. I'm like, what the fuck?
What am I?
I'm having a fucking identity crisis right now. Oh my god, I'm not even a millennial.
Nope.
You're
I
Gen
thought
Y.
I was.
No, 80
You're
something
Gen
is
X.
millennial.
Gen X or
Yeah,
Gen Y or Gen X?
I'm a generation born in the 1980s and 90s, comprising primarily of the children of baby boomers, and are typically perceived as increasingly familiar with digital and electronic technology. Okay, so Gen Y is millennials. Gen Y is also referred to as millennials. They're the same ones.
So and Gen X starts is what?
So yeah,
about 72 to 80 something.
Okay, so it's boomers.
Gen X, no, 64 Gen X starts.
Yeah, it's they're the generation after boomers, and then it's Y millennials, and then it's Z. Okay, so my kid is
I'm
Z.
the same as you, Neil. I'm a Gen X.
So wait. Somebody said after Gen Z, then it's Gen Alpha.
That's what I should have called my name. I called my child.
Oh my god, no, wait, this has got to be right though, because you figure me and my sister are millennials, right? Granted, we're older millennials, but we're millennials. So her kids are like 18 to 21, so that would be the next one. So I guess that would be Gen Z, right? Okay, so if my nephew had a kid, that would be the next one, and that would be Gen Alpha. How am I this old to have a Gen Alpha? What is going on right now?
I am changing our names in the next stream to Gen X and Gen Y.
I'm having I'm having a complete crisis of age right now.
Generations.
We could have done that too. That would have been interesting.
I'm having a complete life crisis right now that there's an actual Gen Alpha and they're gonna be my grandkids, and I'm
Wes, you're a Gen Xer if you're born in
Mr.
77.
Supreme Leader Kim, the universe is not
I heard
deterministic.
I heard Gen Xer was 70. So. No. I heard it depends. I heard Gen Xer ended at 80.
I think it's right around 1980. So
yeah.
Gen Xer
maybe a little after around that. So what are you? You're Gen Y, aren't you? Then?
65 to 80 is Generation X.
Yeah. I'm 82. So I'm
you're a Gen
what do they
Y.
call us? Zennials. They called us Zennials. Because so there's this weird split with millennials. There is this really strange fucking split with the older end and the younger end. And the kind of defining line was 9/11. Those who were adults when 9/11 happened have a very kind of different take than those who were still children when it happened. And that's because of how the world had changed. It was, the older generation of millennial was when 9/11 happened as adults, we were told, especially in the US, get the college degree, work hard, you'll have the white picket fence, everyone was getting home loans, the stock market was great. And as we were working for it, it was taken from us. To where the younger generation of millennials, it's just always kind of been this way. So there's definitely a huge personality shift between what they call Zennials and the millennials. There absolutely is a huge personality shift.
I have to address something the Supreme Leader Kim fucking idiot stick keeps going on. Neil, are your thoughts determined by the laws of physics? I hate to break this to you, but in our reality, everything is determined by the laws of physics. Everything is chemicals and elements. And if you don't like it, you can fuck off. Because it's the way it is.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, I changed this. I'm Gen X and you're Gen Y.
Okay. Gen Y. And then thinking about my childhood, that's probably something my mom said quite often. Gen Y. Why? But yeah, there's definitely and I think that kind of applies in voting too. There's definitely this shift in the millennial generation.
Yeah.
And we went from, like I said, we went from, hey, we're actually working towards the American dream. And things were fucking chill for the older ends of millennials. We weren't at war. The economy was doing good. Everyone was getting loans. College was expensive, but not. We were just starting to see the debt cycle of college at that point. And we were like, yeah, we're doing it. And it was like, psych, bitch. Now all of a sudden, our friends are going to war.
You see the shit he's fucking telling. Oh, if that's true, then you have no reason. Yeah, I still have reason. Regardless of the laws of physics, I still have reason. And reason is illusory. If you want to pretend it is, go for it. But that whole thing you just stated, that's illusory.
I get so like when Neil gets like this, because Neil's like the nicest guy ever. And then when he gets like, you could see him getting pissy.
It's fucking bullshit. It's utter bullshit. It's them trying to fucking paint you into this nice little package that they've already predetermined, right? It's like
oh
stop.
God, predeterminalism.
Oh yeah, it's like stop.
Well, I mean, that's what part of
it's the reality we know and have to experience and have to deal with. So you can just deal with it.
Yeah,
they're gonna go. He wants to go down the whole point of we can't have reason without God, and that's just bullshit.
Oh, I know, which is utterly ridiculous.
And
which one?
Yeah, which God? And the second you can demonstrate that a God exists, I'll be right there with you.
But like, I love that you can't have reason without God, and I'm like, okay, so let's break down the gods. Let's break down the gods. So for Loki has a different form of reasoning than Thor does.
Yeah.
Thor has a different form of fucking reasoning than fucking Yahweh does. Fucking Yahweh has a different form of reasoning than Allah does. So which God?
An amalgamation of two different gods.
Right. But what God are we going to pick reason from? Which one are we going to discuss? Which one?
No, Supreme Leader, it does not necessarily follow. God, you think it necessarily follows, and that's just fallacious bullshit.
Aside from that, if all reason came from God, then God supplied the reason that led Eve to eat the apple. So therefore, God is entirely responsible for the fall.
It's the system set
wonderful
to fail.
Thing that
United States capitalism.
God, what the fuck?
Capitalism. Oh my God, is that where we got the capitalism model from? The Bible? Because it's like just set to fail. Like is
yeah.
Are we onto something here?
Yeah.
That's going to be the next conspiracy theory that I lean out. Is
apparently I contradicted myself, which is fine. I don't give a shit either.
Neil, you can contradict me all day, any day.
That's code, kids.
For you younger Gen Yers, no, they're fucking better code than fucking we are.
Even if reason is illusionary, we don't know that it is, and we live our lives as though we have reason. So regardless of whether you think it is illusionary or not, it is irrelevant to us because we live our lives as though it is not.
He said,
I'm just going to sit back because this is getting to be Neil shit now. I know.
He says that our thoughts are determined and then we also have free will. I never said we had free will.
I was going to say,
matter of fact, there's argument. I believe we have a version of it, but what neuroscience has demonstrated is we make decisions before we realize we've made them. So
yeah, so we don't have a forward conscious decision unless, of course, you're pre-organizing something, in which case you have time to consider it. And anything that happens to you instantly is something that you don't necessarily think about. Our brains are weird like that. It's almost like we have multiple processes within ourselves that lead to multiple levels of consciousness. So
yeah. I've always kind of subscribed to free will isn't actually a thing.
So now my worldview is it's like what he's printing, unintelligible. I don't even know what that is. Unintelligible. Is that what he means? I don't care. I don't care what you think, dude. I really don't. If you were persuaded and you were convinced by the utter nonsense you were taught, and that's fine. If you want to live in that world, that's fine. But don't come here trying to tell me something that don't try to tell me who I am. I know who I am. Okay, I'm the guy that goes out there and risks my life every day so that people can stay home and not die from this fucking virus. I am the guy that goes out there and donates blood during this pandemic to save other people's fucking lives. Okay, that's who I am. Okay, I don't run around on YouTube fucking videos going, well, you don't know if this is real and determined and blah, 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 blah. All this nonsense they stuff your head with that makes you think that somehow that this God is in charge of everything. I'll tell you what, man. You fucking demonstrate that this God even exists. And like I said, I'll be right there with you, holding your hand going, yay, God. All right. But you have to demonstrate it. And the only way you're going to convince me, my good friend Randolph came up with a great idea. You want to convince me a God exists? And tell your fucking God to come and talk to me. Give me his powers for 2 hours. If he can come down face to face with me and say, here you go, you've got my omnipotence, omniscience, omnipresence, omnibenevolence, and omnipotence. Can't mix, sorry. But anyways, you give me those powers for 2 hours and I'll fix all this shit up. And then I'll say, okay, I believe in God now. And that's the only way you're going to convince me. Other than that,
seriously,
I don't believe
Kim, or Darth Dawkins, as we assume you are, you can't...
Doesn't matter.
It's either Darth Dawkins or fucking G-Man with this shit.
So,
like just reading it. So
I don't have an irrational worldview. You do.
You think your worldview is based off your God, but your whole worldview is irrational if you can't prove your God's existence.
You don't know my worldview.
That's
he thinks
the way
atheism
it works.
is a worldview.
You cannot hold to your worldview without proving your God's existence. And yet your God insists that you shouldn't be doing that. So, your God doesn't want you to prove that your worldview is rational. And atheism isn't a worldview. We hold one position on one thing. That
atheism can play into a worldview, but it's not a worldview.
It's not a worldview.
No, if you want to base atheism down by its own, and I'm not going to go all Steve McRae. No worries, I'm not going to go all Steve McRae here.
Okay. So it's enough. There's only one, and that's all we need.
I'm not going to go Steve McRae here.
So honestly,
when you bear down Bones atheism, no, it's not a fucking worldview. Shut the fuck up.
Yep, exactly. So take your presuppositional shit and fuck off, basically. Because
atheism
we don't
is
care.
more of a worldview than Catholicism is a fucking worldview.
See, it's like what non-stamp collecting is a hobby.
Because presuppositionalism is pointless. You're not out to convince anybody. You're just out to win brownie points for yourself with other Christians. So it's absolutely fucking pointless.
But wait. Let's police where policing needs to be done. We got atheists that do that shit too.
Of course we do.
I agree with you on that. My point is that
apparently a good 100 and some odd people agree with me as well. Looking at that last video.
No, I 100% agree with you, Jen. I just don't give a shit. If you're gonna argue from a presuppositional point of view, you could just fuck off. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not interested. Show me evidence for your position, and I'll take interest. But you have no fucking evidence, so just fuck off.
No. I did not admit that my worldview is irrational. You stated that you think my worldview is irrational, that you think I said that. I never said that. I didn't sit here and go, my worldview is irrational. I never said that at all, right? This is some twisted up, naughty bullshit that you put together so you could make that little fucking garbage statement, right? You're a garbage human. Now go away.
I've never seen you like this, Neil. I kind of quite like it.
I can't fucking.
Sexy, isn't it? It's incredible. I'm really turned on,
I probably why they don't want me on Talk Heathen and.
No, I would fucking welcome this. If I had a call-in show, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, try to tell me he doesn't listen. Hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Who's the guy with the bad hair?
I envy your fucking hair.
I love your
hair.
Fuck.
Peter. I got Peter in the, I'm not like most teens. I'm in my 50s because he just loved it. And I said, oh, man, I'll send you one. So I bought him one. Kind of an early or late birthday present, depending on how you look at it. And I shipped it to him. Did you ever get that fucking thing? Because I know with the coronavirus, things take another atheist destroyed. If that's what helps you sleep at night, Supreme Leader Kim, knock yourself out. I don't really care.
If he destroyed another atheist and the last guy I fucked destroyed my vagina with his pencil dick.
Oh dear.
This is the same view that my ex has, that his excuse for what he was.
Why would I have you on my show? I do deconversion stories. You're going to give up Christianity and come on?
I mean, I would imagine that Darth Dawkins probably has a pencil dick because the way he goes on about with all this, he obviously doesn't have anything else in his fucking life.
So pro tip for anyone who likes penis. Pro tip for anyone who likes penis. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers, those quiet motherfuckers that don't talk about their shit, the ones that don't want to take dick pics, that motherfucker's a tripod. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The unassuming ones that don't talk about their sex life, don't talk about their dick, don't want to take dick pics, that's the motherfucker you need to go for. Now, I'm a size queen.
The best part about the best part about the unassuming ones is they're generally actually good with using their dick as well.
And they right. And
it's like, yeah, come on.
Like I'm now noticing that when I'm dealing with, and this not so much with women but with men. This is absolutely applies more to men. when I'm dealing with men who I have found out have been with a lot of women, they tend to be worse in bed than those who have had not so many women but longer term partners.
Yep. No, I'll agree with that.
Is that good or bad? Were you a whore?
Well, in my early days, yeah, but they were longer term relationships as time went on.
Right, but
I lost count after 160
Jen's wondering what she's letting herself in for.
So that was it.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where my number is.
Oh wow!
I'm assuming it's in the high double digits, and I'm being gracious with myself for that. It's definitely a low number. It's
no number shaming. Hey, I was a horny little pervert as a kid. What can I tell you?
Yeah, but think about it, Neil. When you were out, literally, if you're able to fuck a bunch of people, you don't have to be good in bed.
Yeah,
you don't have to be good.
Started, right? But over time, you learn tricks of the
about
trade.
12, Jen.
Should get better.
If you're wanting
what,
to know, about 12.
But I mean, think about it. Somebody who can walk into a bar and get laid within hours.
You can't prove God, Kim. Sorry, you just can't. Arguments aren't evidence. Sorry.
I mean, I've made some atheists scream God quite a few times, so maybe I can. I actually had somebody come at me, and they misread the godless bitches in my profile to goddess bitches, and I'm like, no, maybe I'm not an atheist if I worship myself.
Peter, I would say something, but I don't talk about my sex life.
But I mean, let's think about it. If somebody can walk into a bar and get laid within an hour, or has that kind of charisma that can fly panties off, why do they have to be concerned with being good in bed? Why would they have to be concerned about it? Why would they need to be?
I wouldn't want to be a disappointment, I guess.
Yeah, but most of those guys don't care. That's the whole point. That they're only in it for themselves. So they don't care if they satisfy their partner. They only care if they satisfy them.
Right. But if you like,
my aim was, that's why I cared enough to do it, to learn things. Always, that was just my thing, I guess. It was always to give a shit about making sure that the partner was,
and that's very
climaxed.
But like,
about me second, I don't give a shit.
The ones that have been in longer term relationships that had to learn to consistently please somebody, have always been like, all right, so I had no business dating a 23-year-old when I was 35, but I did. It was that after divorce relationship. It was that one.
Yeah, I done that.
I dated
been there
for over a year. It was quite a bit younger than me, but
yeah, it was close. It was just about a year that we were together, and he had been in more longer term relationships than just running out and getting laid. He was the most toxic, abusive motherfucker. He was, and if you're watching, you know exactly I'm fucking talking about you, and you fucking know it. However, even today, I'm like, if he did not speak to me, I'd probably still fuck him again. The dick was that good.
Really?
That good. As long as he didn't speak. As long as he did what the fuck he did and just left and didn't talk.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was out to please you, because he wanted to stay with you. Although my relationship with somebody who was a lot younger than me wasn't so good because, he was out for himself.
Same.
Hi, Angie.
Hey, Angie.
I've been so fucking worried about Angie lately.
Maybe mindful. Angie, how are you? How have things been there with the fucking crazy that's been happening?
When you showed the pictures, Angie, I was at work and I'm like, oh my god, I'm devastated.
Yeah.
We should roll into an after show on your channel, Jen.
Ooh,
my channel.
Do we want to do that? Yeah, fuck it. I don't know how to set up live streaming though. Like I don't know how to do. I don't have
you got StreamYard set up.
Huh?
You got StreamYard set up?
No.
We could roll into an after show on Neil's channel because Neil's after shows are always awesome.
Wait. You guys talk. I'll see what this
StreamYard show.
Hold on, you guys talk.
All you do, Jen, you go to StreamYard, and it'll say what medium do you want to use. You can use Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, etc. So you can pick whichever ones you want. I just use YouTube myself. Yeah. I'm surprised they don't have a Twitter option on there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Can you live stream on Twitter? Is that a thing?
You can.
So everyone in the chat, we're going to roll into an after show over on Jen's channel once she's figured out how to do it.
Yeah, just you guys should talk while I figure this out.
We'll keep talking, but so if you're interested in joining us, the three of us, to have a chat, hit one of us up on Twitter.
Can someone throw that in the usual suspects thing once I get it going?
You can drop a link in there for anyone to come in.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
that's what I always.
We'll throw out some links, and
you give them to want to come in first, and then you can drop the rando links after.
We'll keep talking for a little bit before we get going with that, and as soon as Jen's got something up, we'll throw a link in to her YouTube channel. Or the link to her YouTube channel is in the description. Same for Neil. If you haven't subbed to these lovely people, please do. If you haven't subbed to me, hurry up. You're in my channel. Sub to me. I'm needy.
Onward.
See, I'm needy. That gives me a chance to do this. I'm needy.
I'm needy. And she's awesome, so you have to sub there. I'm pretty sure everyone that's in the chat right now.
And because I want to do the other one that I've got, I love you all. We especially love you, Neil. And here's the love hearts. Which Neil saw before, but they can't actually see what I'm doing.
I was a little tired at first, but I kind of perked up after a couple of these.
Okay.
And then, of course, Dawkins shows up, and I had to tear a strip off.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I got StreamYards going. Go live anytime for any reason.
Yep. Pretty much.
Okay, get started.
Oh, look at the hearts.
Hearts!
Isn't that cool?
Aren't they cool? I'm gonna add a whole heap of effects into these shows so that when we're doing things we can put stuff up on the screen and have a bit of fun whilst we're having our chats and that. So.
Oh, being mindful. Come on and just roll with it, baby.
I have no idea what I'm doing right now.
Roll with it, baby. That's some old Stevie Winwood.
Oh, is that who that is? I've heard the song. I just didn't know who it was. Yeah, I'm ignorant.
So the guys in my band have rearranged the room so that we'll be able to get together again and jam a little bit and keep the social distancing thing going.
So you'll be playing in different corners of the room.
Yeah, well, right now we had a whole bunch of stuff in there that was keeping us compacted into a smaller space.
Oh, okay.
So now we took the table out, we got rid of the shelving, so we'll have the whole fucking room now. It's literally 3 times the size of the room I'm in right now. So
what's the social distancing?
Wait, okay, I don't know if I went live. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, shall we go? Well,
did you?
It says connect streaming software to go live. What?
Yeah, there should be a button in the corner that you click to go live, but you...
Yes, your top
you don't go live until you click that.
No, it says connect streaming software to go live.
No, you shouldn't have to do that. Well, no, you need an outlet like YouTube.
Yeah, I'm okay. So we're gonna give lessons.
Oh, Jen, did you just do this in Did you do that in YouTube?
Okay, so I went. It said enable live streaming on YouTube, and I did that, and I kind of went through the steps.
Mm-hmm.
And then where it says go live, it says connect streaming software to go live.
Okay, so you hadn't enabled live streaming before on your channel?
No.
Okay, you have to wait 24 hours.
Wait, what?
You can't create a live stream on YouTube for 24 hours after you've actually enabled it.
I don't even know if I've enabled that.
Yeah, well,
so I tell you what, we'll
do the after show this week on my channel, and I will sort it out with Jen. So next time we can actually do an after show.
I don't know. I have no fucking concept of what the fuck
I will create a new StreamYard for us, and I'll just do it from StreamYards rather than using this because that'll be a lot easier for after show.
Like, watch Jen be a fucking boomer. Like,
I'm not a boomer.
I guess Dawkins took off.
Oh.
So, we're gonna end up here, and we're gonna probably in about 5 minutes' time we'll start an after show on my channel.
Jen
Is that
needs
enough time for you
nicotine,
to have a
so
smoke,
does Neil.
Neil?
So that's
yeah,
it.
Is that long enough for you guys to have a smoke?
I love how yours just pop up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my little heart pack.
So keep an eye on that. It'll be on this channel. I will shoot the links out on Twitter, and people can come and join us for the for an after party and hop in and chat with us all because it's gonna be fun. All right.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, Neil, what are
Tuning
you doing?
in.
Wait.
Who are you interviewing next, Neil?
Neil, what's your shit?
Yeah, what's your shit?
Hawk my what? You mean like a monkey?
Yeah, just like a monkey.
Just like a monkey. That's funny because that's what my dad used to call me. He'd go, Neil, get down here. You're on TV. And I come up, what are you talking about right now?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Chimps on TV. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, Dad. I'm going back upstairs to play my Lego, motherfucker. All right. So anyways, no, I never called the motherfucker out. I got the belt or something.
Oh, that's brutal.
I think he, the one time towards, I was already in my 20s, I think, and he came at me with the belt, and I just picked him up with one hand and held him up against the wall, and he kind of had this look of fear, like, holy shit!
Yeah, I had that moment with my dad, too.
Yeah, I was bigger than him at that point. I'm
the
like,
day of reckoning.
Yeah, that's when they have that sudden realization, and then you see their testicles go. But anyway, I don't know why I said that. But anyways, I do the deconversion stories on my channel, Neo the 604 Atheist, and I usually have some pretty interesting, decent, cool people on there all the time telling their stories. And sometimes they're heartbreaking, sometimes they're hilarious, and sometimes they're not even deconversion stories, but we talk about how religion has influenced our lives. So that's what I pretty much do. And if you're interested in that sort of thing, then come on and click the sub button and hit that little bell icon.
Oh, you timed that so well. It came up at the same time.
Oh, that drives me nuts, and he fucking knows it. That button. I'm like,
button.
He keeps trying to get me to do one of the videos, and I'm like, I don't know if my mouth will physically form the word.
I want to do one for
that.
People in the chat don't realize this, but Neil and Jane cannot see how the background looks like for this stream. That they're just seeing a normal StreamYard screen. But Neil perfectly timed to click the subscribe and click the bell to when they appeared on the screen.
Did I see? Oh,
did you? I was gonna say I'm looking at the YouTube now, and like the background's looking great and stuff.
It was absolutely brilliant. Love it.
Best of hi from a 403 atheist. You figured out. Will there be air purifiers and ventilation? I can turn my fan on. Will that help?
I have central AC with a brand new air filter, if that helps.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining us. And
go sub to Neil's shit.
Yeah, and go sub to Jen as well, because some of these shows
I am 3 away from 400
channels.
right now.
Three.
He's getting 400.
Well, you're only 3. I have 4 more accounts on YouTube. I can get you to 400.
No, I wanted to be honest.
Yeah.
That was the case. I think my kid goes up to me.
And you need to subscribe to Jen as well, because these shows are going to be split between our channels. So if you want to catch them all, our next show will be in a fortnight. We have most likely have, because they haven't. Whilst they've all said they're interested, they will actually have
one person has confirmed.
It's confirmed.
I want to be part of that too. I want to talk to Aaron again, and
one person has confirmed. In 2 weeks, we will be having Aaron Raw on with hopefully others to discuss why people deny science, especially during times when science is so important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and we should get the others on. It's just going to be a timing issue. So.
Yeah, it's we'll figure it out. We don't know what time, but it'll be in 2 weeks.
It'll be in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we don't know, but it'll be 2 weeks.
It's going to be a great show. Please hop in and
Doc Fearsome, it's youtube.com/the atheist wind down WINE.
In the description.
Great channel. I think I was one of your first dozen subscribers, by the way, Jen.
You were.
403 atheist. I forgot to mention. By the way, that's an area code in Alberta, I believe. So
yes, Alberta is 403.
Yeah.
All right.
All my shit's in the description. Yes,
we will let these guys go down and smoke.
Sorry.
We'll get to the after party.
And we'll catch you all in the after party. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Like they do in Japan.